What is Mabon Holiday? The Celtic Festival of Mabon is one of many Celtic festivals, and we've been hearing a lot more about Celtic and pagan festivals lately. And today we're going to explore what Mabon is, what its meaning is, and what its significance might be for moving forward toward a more empowered life. Welcome, I'm Kim Marie, and this channel is all about supporting women to step into their most empowered self so they can live their most empowered life. The Festival of Mabon. We're going to be diving deeper into this festival, what it means, what it's all about, how we could celebrate it, and why it might be helpful toward our path to empowerment. But first, I want to touch on something that I think is really important to take a look at, and that is this concept of pagan festivals, okay? Many of us who grew up Christian, myself included, may hear the term pagan and bristle a bit, and that is largely because the concept of paganism was demonized ultimately by the Christian church. And so in years past, the Celts, the Druids, the Wiccans, the Native Americans, any indigenous peoples of the earth were demonized as devil worship. And that's what paganism became associated with. But just to be really clear, because not all of us know this, I know I didn't know it. I just had natural respect for those who honored and worshiped and loved Mother Earth and practiced these traditional indigenous traditions. But I didn't know that that's really what paganism is an honoring and worship of Mother Earth, a dedication to and connection to Mother Earth and nature, okay? So I want to get that clear right from the start, because Mabon is one of many Celtic festivals that we can begin to connect with and understand a little bit more of our indigenous roots and how these special festivals can help empower us on our own path and align with nature along the way. So what is the Mabon Festival and what is its meaning? First of all, we want to know when it is, all right? Mabon celebrates the autumn equinox or the fall equinox. And often there can be celebrations that last for 3 days, or some even think of it as a bit of a season that we can step into and begin to pay attention to what is happening. It's this concept of mid-harvest in the Celtic festivals. We have Lammas or Lunasad, and I may not always pronounce all of these correctly. Mabon is spelled M-A-B-O-N, so we might think of it as Mabon, but I was looking it up, and ma like cat and bun like bun, and so Mabon is apparently the appropriate pronunciation of this. And I'm continuing to learn with my own interest in learning more about my Celtic roots, and this is a festival that is considered a celebration of the mid-harvest. The early harvest is considered Lammas or Lunasad, which is August 1st. And then we have late harvest or final harvest, which often comes around Samhain, which is more end of October. And I plan to continue doing videos on these different festivals and other festivals connected with them, just around helping us to connect more with the rhythms of nature. This mid-harvest is often also associated with Thanksgiving and gratitude, even in the Mabon Festival. But interestingly enough, the native peoples shared our first Thanksgiving when the Europeans came to the continent of North America. And that was considered to be more around October 3rd-ish, which is close to the timing of the autumn equinox, which is September 22nd. So we're looking at this late September, early October timeframe of this festival, but specifically honoring the equinox, the moment of equal light, equal day. So it's a celebration that honors harmony and balance and this equality that we can see in nature with equal number of hours of daylight and darkness. Mabon is also known to be connected with a Druid festival of the celebration of the Green Man, which is this archetype of a being that provides and honors the richness that nature has to provide. And the green man can be a whole other topic we could go diving into, but it's ultimately this idea of a protector of nature, a lover of nature, a being that can be connected with to help us with our connection with nature. Mabon is also largely about the Celtic wheel and the turning of the wheel. You have the quarter festivals, which honor the equinoxes and solstices, which this is one of them. And then there are the cross-quarter festivals, which happen in between those quarter festivals. And this is one of the main quarter festivals that we celebrate in the 8 main festivals of the Celtic wheel of the year. And so this is really about honoring the turning of the wheel, stepping into a new season, honoring the harvest, filling ourselves with gratitude for all that we receive from Mother Earth, all that is around us, and beginning to prepare to turn inward as we move forward in the cycle of the year. So what about the meaning of Mabon? What exactly is Mabon celebrating? Well, Mabon comes from the name of a Welsh god, or a sun deity. It's also known, there's some different mythology around it, but that was the son of a Mother Earth goddess named Madron, or maybe Madrone. But the idea is that Mabon went missing for 3 days, and darkness covered the land. And of course, the autumn equinox is a time when, after the autumn equinox, the land will grow darker because our nights will get longer than our days. We have this moment of equality on the festival of Mabon, or the autumn equinox, but after that, between now and the winter solstice, the nights will grow longer, the darkness will grow longer. So this festival ends up celebrating the light, celebrating and honoring this connection to the light that we all have within us. It's a ritual of restoring balance and harmony, and there are many symbols similar to our Thanksgiving in North America, in the United States specifically. We have the symbol of the cornucopia. Apples are also a very common symbol for this Mabon festival. There's also something from English mythology called the story of John Barleycorn, which is a story that was often told during the festival of Mabon around the planting and the growth and the harvesting and the final sacrifice of the corn that was harvested to come in and provide for the people. And so sometimes the festival itself is celebrated with these kinds of stories and this kind of deep meaning in mind. Now, I have other videos that I've done on celebrating the autumn equinox, and there will be more coming, so be sure to always look, and you'll see different ways of celebrating the festivals and how to connect them and make greater meaning around them. I really love the concept of weaving in different traditions, because almost all traditions, even the Christian tradition, has ended up kind of adopting these pagan festivals of their own. For example, the Michaelmas festival, which I've done a video on, is largely an adaptation of Mabon, or these more pagan festivals, and bringing some of this meaning into the Christian wheel of the year. Okay, so it's not that all these traditions are so very different, but understanding different meanings helps us understand ourselves more. It helps empower us and really connect to the deeper meaning behind some of these concepts and behind the wheel of the year. So this time around Mabon is a time to turn inward, to turn toward reflection, to have pause, and to honor that the mysteries are being revealed a little bit more. Many begin to say the veil begins to thin between the material world and the spiritual world. We can have greater connection with perhaps our spirit guides, and that is some of the deeper meaning that this turn of the wheel is indicative of. So what are some of the benefits? Why should we honor the celebration of Mabon? What is the benefit of the Mabon holiday in our own path to empowerment? Well, it does give us pause. It allows us to pause and reflect on where we've come up to now in the year, and have a moment to tune in to who we are, what's the harvest before us, and what are we wanting to move into the darker time of the year with? What kind of intentions? What kind of expectations do we have for this next step in the year? It is a time for cultivating balance and harmony and looking at where that is off within us. There's a lot that we can do to enhance and improve our sense of balance and harmony as we navigate life throughout our day-to-day experience. And pausing to reflect upon these festivals, Mabon being one of them, is such a powerful tool for us. So I hope that offers a very brief, rudimentary introduction to the Celtic festival of Mabon. I really invite you to take a look at other videos on the channel around the autumn equinox, around Michaelmas, around some of these beautiful festivals. And most importantly, I want to invite you to a gathering on the autumn equinox. It's completely free of charge, and there's a link in the description. I offer these quarterly gatherings every single year, and they're becoming very popular. People love to come in and have like this mini retreat online where you can connect and turn inward and honor the cycle of the year and nature's rhythms within yourself. So be sure to click the link below to register for the completely free autumn equinox gathering, which will mention and go deeper into some of the traditions and meaning and depth around Mabon, around Michaelmas, around the autumn equinox, all of the above. So I hope to see you at the autumn equinox gathering. Until next time.